welcome. I want to particularly welcome the representative of USAID for the project Feed the Future. Oops, sorry. Let me introduce you to my partner. This is Alfred Godwin, and he's a director and co-founder of Feed Schools. I am myself Binta Baldi. I'm from Guinea, and he's from Ghana, by the way. I'm from Guinea, and I'm the co-founder of Feed the Schools also. Today is a great day, the day when things will start to change drastically. If you're here, it's that you have already helped in many ways. Our local communities, and we thank you, and we want to congratulate you for that. Today, we understand that we are facing a problem. We are facing a problem in Guinea, especially in Conakry, but all over Africa. Lately, our education system has been challenged in many ways. We definitely noticed an ineffective transfer of knowledge. In finding solutions, we have noticed that one of the biggest problems that we are facing is the lack of meals in schools. The absence of meals in schools leads to a low access to education, an inefficient transfer of knowledge, school dropouts leading to high crime and illiteracy. As I said before, you have helped in many ways in the past through the program Feed the Future. And this is the time to do more. The future of Guinean young people is in your hands. But as Africans, we understand that things will change with us, by us, and that no matter how you help us, we will have to be there. Please welcome Mr. Alfred, who will come up with sustainable solutions in order to improve our educational system.
So to solve the problem of lack of school meals in schools, Feed Schools has created very sustainable community food feeding supports program that helps schools grow their own food, and also has developed practical agriculture curriculum to help schools with skill sets. And as part of our strategy, we focus on school farms, we focus on community resource mobilization, which comes out of community cohesion and community resilience to solve their own problems. We focus also on governmental and institutional supports. We focus on funding agencies, just like Feed the Future, to be able to give us access to grant to fund our program. And as part of our program, 40% of our focus is on the school farms that helps schools grow their own food, of which 70% of the harvest goes into feeding the students, 30% is sold to an identifiable market, of which 20% is used to cultivate the following year as a sustainable strategy. 10% goes into the management of the program to ensure that the program is self-sustaining. As part of the budget, our project will cost $50,000 to be implemented in Conakry. The farming budget, which comprises of 60% of the project, would cost us $30,000. Administrative cost and management of the program, which accounts for 20%, will cost us $10,000. Monitoring and evaluation, which is very important for the sustainable of the project, will cost us $2,500. And other services such as skill building, development of the practical agriculture curriculum, and also advocacy will cost us $2,500. We are very optimistic that this idea is going to work in Conakry because it has worked in Ghana, piloted, tested, and the situation and causative factors in Conakry are almost the same as the ones in Ghana. This project, when implemented, is going to go a long way to ensure that there is increase in enrollment and interest in school attendance. There is going to be schools will be highly accessible and relatively cost-effective. Students are going to gain practical agriculture skills for future securities. We are very sure that in order to access zero hunger, we have to reduce the feeding budgets of the schools to 0%. Let's work to ensure every child does not study on a hungry stomach. Zero hunger is a right. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Member of the Local Assembly Council. Thank you for being here in this conference. We all know that you are very engaged in youth employment and youth community building, and it is one of our goals, and the reason why I'm pleased to stand before you to talk about a big project that we are working on. We have a Shaman YALI Center, and this is the CEO of our organization, charity. This is our accountant, and this is our manager of public relations. I'm a manager of communication and marketing. The reason why we are here is because we noticed that there is a big problem about the youth in Africa. The rate of unemployment, according to the ILO, is about 73 million of youth in Africa. And mainly in Ghana, we have about 65% of youth population who don't have work because they are unskilled. The reason why they don't have a job is because some drop out of school and they don't have enough skill to do anything else. And there is a very big lack of basic skill. They don't have skill to maybe start a job or be an entrepreneur. We want you to be engaged with us in this matter because we all know that teenage pregnancy in this community is very high. And when you don't have something to do, we notice also a very high rate of criminal activity. And also the biggest problem is the increase of poverty in the community. And our strategy is to help these young people with vocational skills. When we're focusing on mechanic and sewing, because we want to, let's say, to have a gender balance. According to our own research, it means that women want to do sewing and men were more interested in mechanic. How are we going to achieve that goal? We'll train them with vocational skills like I said, sewing and mechanic. And also, we include in our training package a personal development like leadership, entrepreneurship, will motivate them. We will also give them free meal because they don't have job and they won't come in our center if they are hungry. So we provide them with meal, and after that we teach them how to do sewing and mechanic. We will also give them a space to express their talent because there are some who know how to sing, how to dance. Some skill in bracket like market skill and things like that. And we want to give them space to express their talent. We offer also free mentorship because we think that for the sustainability of our center, we have to maintain the mentorship because we will send our trainee in some shops for internship. And after that, they will come back in our center. We give them startup kits in order to start their own business. And these people will become now mentor of our trainee. The reason why we are different from other people, other structure, is because we offer free internship in shops, and we give them startup kits also. Our project has been already implemented in Anshaman Center, and we want to expand it to other cities in rural Ghana. We have a large network of vocational training, and we have a large network of internship. So it won't be a big problem for us to implement that here in your local community. 20 youth in our program went through the training, and now 10 of them are employed, and they contribute to the economy of the community as they pay taxes to the government. And we also notice the reduction of criminal activity because the young people have now control. We will also focus on successive mentorship and internship, like I said. We want you to help us because we need a space, a free space, to implement this center in your local community. And we need also some equipment in our center, like sewing machine and stuff to create our garage in order to train these people. We want you to join us because we think that without you, without your support, we won't do anything in your local community. And we hope that you will soon maybe contact us in order to have a very deep meeting to explain you more about what we want to do. And thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Member of Parliament of Sierra Leone. We know that you are very passionate about development of your countries, and we are also passionate about that. And that passion needs to get people, especially young people, to be involved in the decision-making process. That is the reason why we are here today. You are, as a parliament member, representative of community, first decision-making institution, the best way to get that goal realized. You inspire many young people who want to be like you. And because of that, you can make the change. Honorable Member of Parliament, I'm Awa from Cote d'Ivoire. That is Surrey from Sierra Leone, and Jordan from Cote d'Ivoire. We are members of Go Youth, an organization engaged on an organization of youth from Cote d'Ivoire and Sierra Leone engaged to increase young people participation in decision-making process. Let's present what we want to do.
Honorable members, it's such an awesome opportunity to talk to you all. And let me first of all start by acknowledging your tremendous work you have been doing for young people in Sierra Leone. We acknowledge the setting up of the National Commission for Young People. We appreciate the Youth Farm Initiative. We appreciate the youth policy you've enacted in Parliament. And we believe that one way to move forward and to engage more young people in decision making is through our Go Youth initiative, which is why we are here to engage you and to sensitize you on this, our initiative. The Go Youth program seeks to solve and close the gap between young people and their decision-making institution. We want to see young leaders actively involved in politics and decision-making. We appreciate the effort also of some of you who are very young, who are also in Parliament, and we believe that with your support, we could increase the number of young people in this honorable house. The challenges of young people has been an old age issue, but we believe that there are lots of opportunities in the youth. We believe we are not leaders of tomorrow, but we are leaders of today. And that is why we believe you have the power, you have all that it requires to get us involved in politics and in decision making. The Go Youth Initiative seeks to provide capacity building skills for young people in leadership. It seeks to provide mentorship for young people to become good policy makers and decision makers. The Go Youth Initiative seeks to support and promote your work. We want to make your work easy for you. We want to help you achieve. We want to help you develop the country and make better laws for all of us, so that when you would have retired, you will feel fulfilled that you have empowered the young generation to continue the good work we've already started. We want to use you as one of our key partners in this project because we believe you have the experience. You would achieve, but having you with us would help us achieve more. And we don't want to leave you behind. You are our local champions. You are our mentors. And you can help make the lives of young people much more meaningful, and we would always remain to be proud of you. We intend to work with young people who are our beneficiaries, and you as well are our beneficiaries, because definitely you will come back wanting young people who have been trained to be in your political parties. You would want young people who have the skills, who have the knowledge to support your cause. You definitely cannot achieve it without us, because the entire youth population is in the majority, and therefore you need us. So empower us, help us to help you achieve your work and bring development for our country. Our key partners will work with the youth ministry, youth-led organizations, both local and international organizations, and the youth committee in parliament would also be our partner. And my colleague will tell you some of the benefits behind this initiative and the cost structure and the remaining part.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dear Honorable Member of Parliament, this project we designed as a cost, and the way we design it is to try to make it more sustainable. So for that project, we cost it for $50,000 on a 2-year basis. And what we're going to deal with, what different activities we want to deal with that require money is our communication activities. We need money for administration, from training and educational program, as research work and monitoring and evaluation activities. And as we want to show you that as young people will engage in that process, our initiative is going to provide for 20% of the budget. We also seek funds and get it from other youth-led organization networks that are 20% as well. And now we're still looking for 60% of this final budget from donors, and we think that we'll get it. And what is interesting in our project, that make it more particular, is that it's a youth-led, but not just youth-led. We integrate the intergenerational dialogue framework in it, because we think that we are young, we launch a project, but we will co-create this project with you. As you get experience, and you will help us sustain the work, and it's a matter of transition, as what you're doing is relevant, and we don't want you to leave and let what your legacy come down. That's why we're here with you. And as I'm completing my speech, what we want for you is at 3 points. The first point is we want you as our elder partners. And this is, during our program, we will have exchange, to learn from you, to learn from your experience, to learn from your travel as well, and to learn from what your perspective or the feature of our respective countries. So it would be great to have elder champions like you to come and join us. The second point, when we need you, is to enforce law in favor of young people. And you, the representative of the country, you are the one who design laws and who implement them. And we think that being with you will be great. If you, what you've done previously has been awesome, and we think that you will do better things for us, in terms of enabling us to get more opportunities in local assembly and also, in the government. And the third point, as we told you, we are looking for grants, and we know that you, as well as you, the network you have can be useful, to us, and we open for at any time for exchange if you want more detail on the topic. So it has been our pleasure, dear Member of Parliament. We are very honored to be with you, as you are the representatives of the people and we are the people, and very glad to meet with you. Thank you for your attention.
Good morning, USAID and then UK Aid. We are grateful for this consortium that has been put together to hear us out on some of the ideas we have. We know that this means a lot to USAID because you've always been looking out for empowerment of Africa, and UK specifically because, of course, the challenge of illegal migration into Europe affects you directly. Thank you very much. And I'd like to draw your attention to exactly what happens when a person tries to travel through the Sahara and the Mediterranean to get into Europe. The desert is barren, but the challenge is that if you were looking above that desert, you would see pockets and pockets of bones lying down in supplication to the sky, symbolizing the many more Africans who on a daily basis do not make it across. And then of course the countless more who do make it across and have to go through detention and all kinds of trouble in order to seek the better life that they are looking for.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are very glad and impressed that you all took your time. We know that you have a great agendas that are very busy, but we really appreciate that you all came and you want to listen to us. So my name is Venta, and I would like to introduce you to my team. We know that we are all fighting for a great cause. You are fighting to reduce and promote. You are fighting to reduce poverty and promote democracy. My team and I, we are all fighting to empower and tell young African youth that legal immigration is not good. So I would like to introduce to my CEO. He's from Ghana, Mr. JJ, and our CEO, Chief Operations too, Ms. Aisha, she's from the Gambia, and our accountant, he's from Gambia too, and Mrs. Linda, she's from Ghana. Yeah. So I'd like to let the floor to my CEO.
Thank you very much. And as Binta talked about cost, the cost of all this illegal migration is the two horned beasts we don't want to talk about, and unemployment and poverty. Now, I know that we have pictures of what it looks like to be starving, but you know exactly what poverty and unemployment mean when you wake up one morning trying to figure out whether to boil your shoes for breakfast or to roast your socks for dinner. And this is exactly what a lot of people are facing, and that's why they are more than willing to attempt whatever it takes in order to get to you in Europe. We think that if only we could provide the employment and eradicate the poverty that causes our young men and women to attempt the impossible, then we could then save ourselves a lot of headache, not so much in the economic empowerment and the eradication of poverty that would happen on the continent as a result, but then again, reducing the 2,000 plus people who end up dead or maimed or sick in these areas. And we think that if we use local media infrastructure in these various locations, and we are thinking of the Gambia, a little village called Badibu, where they have hard-working young men and women who are even more than willing and able to stay behind if they could only but get a certain kind of hope that whatever efforts they put in will be appreciated and that they will be able to provide sustenance for their families, then of course this thing could very well, or the numbers of people who die could just very well be reduced.
Thank you very much, Mr. CEO. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and thank you for taking time to listen to us. As the operations manager of this organization, I would like to take you through how we want to implement our intervention. First, we want to start by creating partnership links with stakeholders and other organizations that are in similar ventures like us. And why do we want to do this? To avoid duplication of efforts and also conflict of interest. We would like to partner with government through the Ministry of Employment, Ministry of Youth Council, and opinion leaders, communities, and we also start recruitment of our beneficiaries. To set up the project, we will mobilize resources, and this will include financial resources, material resources, and also infrastructure where we will have to use as a space to do our intervention. In running of the intervention, we will also integrate, like the CEO said, with advocacy strategies into it, which we will use local media and community outreach activities to create awareness of people. And also we will bring vocational skills as a pilot to 20 people in Badibu village in the Gambia. And we will provide seed funding upon graduation from the skills training. We will provide seed funding for beneficiaries so they can start their own ventures and be self-employed. We will provide development support, which will encourage our beneficiaries as a continual mentorship for them and also sustainability of their ventures. In giving back to the organization, our beneficiaries will challenge or engage them to contribute 10% of their profits from their ventures in order to sustain the project. Lastly, we will, when the project phase out and there is success, we will expand to other parts of the Gambia and even international if possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, my name is Yusuf Amane. As the accountant of this great organization, I did my homework and I end up seeing that the minimum amount we will need to implement this project will be around $25,000. And we are kindly asked us to give us this money so that we can implement this humanitarian worthy project. Because we believe that with this, we will improve the life of so many young Gambians and help them to become a greater asset and for them to become self-sufficient and become a greater asset to their country, the region, Africa, and the world at large. Let me give you some brief economic background of this country and why is it important for us to see it as a need to implement this project in the Gambia. This is a country whose population comprises 5% of the people that goes to Italy through the Mediterranean. And it's a country where each time a boat capsizes in the Mediterranean, they always have a victim. And the reason for that, this is a country whose economic grew in a single digit, between 2 and 4, which is very bad for any developing country. It's a country where more than half of the population live below the UN poverty line, which means they earn less than $1 a day. Because the UN defines that any individual who earns less than $1 a day, you are poor. These people, their country, more than half of them, they earn less than $1 a day. So, and also they have the unemployment in the country is too high. So with this reason, you end up seeing that the people of this country, they don't go to Europe because the pull factor, because the good thing they hear about Europe. But they go to Europe because of the push factor, because the economic hardship they face in their country. So we believe that by implementing this project, we'll be able to change the life of these people, taking them from a working class to a middle class. Because in the first year of our project, we intend to work with 20 people, create employment for them, give them seed funding, for them to start their own project and employ so many people, which will help them to be part of the growth of their country, to move it from a single digit to a double digit, which is good for a developing country. So we believe that with this, if you help us with this money, we will help to change the life of the people of this country and be part of the to help the UN to achieve its sustainable development goals. Yeah.
Good morning once again, and thank you for being here. My team has spoken a lot about what we want to do, and I'll briefly give a summary of what everyone has said. So we identified the problem of illegal migration in the Gambia, particularly Badibu, and we have a solution of providing vocational skills and sustaining that. So our goal is to eliminate illegal migration from people in Gambia to Europe. And we are unique because we believe in sustainability of this to create employment for our youth and then eradicate poverty. For our project, we are highly positive for funding. For our project, we are highly positive that funding can create the one intervention that can truly help us reduce African deaths and illegal migration. Let's all have a hand in the elimination of illegal migration and premature death of African youth. Thank you.